Please subscribe, and you can download this code from description below. Sending a message to Azure IoT Hub via Python using HTTPS can be accomplished using the urllib3 library, which is a powerful and flexible HTTP client for Python. In this tutorial, we will guide you through the process of sending a message to Azure IoT Hub using the HTTPS protocol. Azure IoT Hub, you need to have an Azure account and an IoT Hub created. IoT Device, ensure that you have an IoT device registered in your Azure IoT Hub. Access Policy, create a shared access policy in your IoT Hub with the necessary permissions. Note down the connection string for this policy, as it will be used to authenticate your requests. Python environment, make sure you have Python installed on your machine. Install urllib3. If you haven't already installed the urllib3 library, you can do so using the following command. Now, let's create a Python script that sends a message to Azure IoT Hub using urllib3. Replace the placeholders in the script with your actual Azure IoT Hub details. Replace the placeholders, your IoT Hub name, your device ID, and your shared access key, with your actual Azure IoT Hub details. Azure IoT Hub REST API endpoint, this is the endpoint to which you'll send the message. It includes the IoT Hub name, device ID, and the API version. Message format, the message is usually sent as a JSON payload. In the example, we've created a simple message with temperature and humidity values. HTTP headers, set the necessary headers, including the content type and authorization using the shared access key. HTTP request, use urllib3 to make a POST request to the Azure IoT Hub endpoint with the message payload and headers. Response handling, check the HTTP response status. A status code of 204 indicates a successful message transmission. This script provides a basic example of sending a message to Azure IoT Hub using Python and urllib3. Adjust it according to your specific use case and security requirements. ChatGPT. Azure IoT Hub is a cloud service that enables bidirectional communication between IoT applications and devices. In this tutorial, we will explore how to send messages to Azure IoT Hub using Python's urllib3 library over HTTPS. This is a common scenario when working with IoT devices that need to communicate with the Azure cloud. Before you begin, make sure you have the following. If you haven't installed the urllib3 library, you can install it using pip. Here's a simple Python script that demonstrates how to send a message to Azure IoT Hub using urllib3. Replace the placeholders with your actual IoT Hub information. In this example, if you encounter issues, consider the following. This tutorial provides a basic example, and depending on your specific use case, you may need to customize the code to fit your requirements. Always refer to the Azure IoT Hub documentation for the latest information and best practices. ChatGPT.